everyone, and welcome back to my channel, The Anxious Girl. I'm Brianne, the anxious one. Today I want to talk about what it's like to become a mother when you have mental illness. So first I'm going to tell you my diagnoses, because there's a couple of them. I have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. No, that does not mean I go between two different personalities. That's a totally different thing. Borderline personality disorder, a panic disorder, depression, like severe depression, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. The list is long, I should remember. OCD, and we're still in the process of figuring out if I am bipolar with mixed episodes. So, and I also have a sleep disorder. So yeah, it's a lot. And when you have all those, and I was previously addicted to benzodiazepines, and then you're starting to get your life together, and then all of a sudden you find out you're pregnant, that throws a wrench in things, because a lot of the medication that I was on, I could not be on when I was pregnant. So I had a cold turkey, 3 medications, and coffee. Like what? I spent 3 days in bed sobbing. I just couldn't get out of bed. I was exhausted. You know, you're going through withdrawal of these medications, which if you've ever gone through withdrawal of a medication that you had a cold turkey, you know what I'm talking about. It's rough. And then you have this, all these thoughts in the back of your head. Am I ready to be a parent? I didn't plan for this. I love this child, but am I ready for this child? All this stuff. So I gave myself about 3 days to completely freak out, and then started to get it together, started, doing research, managed my medication closely with both my psychiatrist and my psychologist. That's something that's very important, is that you're being managed, and that from your history of, depression, that postpartum depression is, a very real possibility, and preparing yourself for what if the baby's born and I have all this postpartum depression and everything. And I remember just going on a walk one day with my boyfriend, and there was a class that I could take after my daughter Naya was born, and it was the Mommy and Me class. And instantly from, you go home, you get settled for a little bit, but then it's a 4-day a week class for 3-4 hours that you just go with your child, and you just work on bonding and parenting and things for people with severe postpartum depression. And I was like, I think I need to do this. And I just from the day I was born, I think I wanted to be a mom. That's the one thing that I've always been I think that I would be good at that. I think I would be a good mom. And all of a sudden, I'm having all this, stuff go on in my head, and my anxiety is telling me no, you're not going to be a good mom. You're not going to be able to, raise this child and bond with this child. You're going to mess up this child's life, and blah, blah, blah. And I just remember we were on a walk, my boyfriend and I were on a walk, and he's like, I don't think you need to go to this class. And he's always been very supportive of my mental health and everything. And I was like, why? And he's like, you've always known that you were going to be a good mom. Don't let all this stuff, all these voices and, people kind of saying stuff, put that bug in your ear and say, you're not going to be a good mom now. And that made me think, I'm like, you have this chemical imbalance and you have all this stuff going on, but there's also I feel a God-given innate feeling inside me that I was going to be a good mom. And I did struggle with some postpartum depression, more intrusive thoughts and just overall intense fear, which lends more to my OCD. But when my baby was born, I bonded with that child instantly. Our bond, even to this day, is, I don't think we could be closer unless she was back inside of my stomach. And I think it's just, we have to remember what we're made for, manage our mental health closely, and then also just, kind of let go and be like, this is gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I didn't plan for this, but everything is gonna work out. And that's kind of my journey of, all the backstory comes to this point. All of my trauma, all of my, depression and everything, this just all comes to a point where you're like, now I have another human in this world that I am responsible for, and I know that I can take care of her, and I know I can be a good mom. And I struggle. Like, there are days, today being one of them, that just, it's hard. It is hard to be a parent. But don't let yourself think that because you have mental health issues, minor or severe, that you are incapable of being a good parent, or you're going to pass on all these negative genes to this child, and you might as well just like, nope, I don't want to have to create another little me out there running around struggling with all these issues. Like, that's not necessarily going to be the case. Have faith in, what you really want in life, and the recovery, and, there's hope. And as much as I still struggle and things that I still struggle with, I just look at how far I have come, and I just remember those 3 days that I was laying in bed just sobbing, like knowing I cannot do this, and I'm doing it. So this is just to be like encouraging to you that it's gonna be hard, but have people in your corner, even if it's just your psychiatrist and your psychologist. If you have nobody else, like, manage, have a plan for after. If you get out of the hospital and you are severely depressed, that postpartum is not, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing shameful about that. Go to those classes, take advantage of, like, medication and all that stuff. Do what you need to do. There's nothing wrong with being on meds. That helps you to become the parent, not the best parent, just the parent that you're supposed to be. Because, you can't blame the chemical imbalances in your mind for, how you're feeling towards your baby when you are depressed. So, it's definitely a journey, but it's been a great one, and it's taught me a lot about, like, myself and things that, I can overcome. My third trimester, I was on 0 medication. That, I haven't done that since I was 17 years old, and it was hard, but I did it. And, you just have to, like, look long term and be like, all right, I got these 3 months of no meds for this baby, and then, I'm going to be able to get back on my meds, and I'm going to have support, and, have a plan. You have 9 months for a reason, and just trust that, it's going to be okay, and you are strong enough. And, even if you have to reach out to people that you don't know, join online support groups, join a Mommy and Me group, find those people that can help you and can support you. And if you have any, like, comments on your journey as a mother, becoming a mother with mental health, being on medication, please comment, let me know, ask me any questions, subscribe to this channel, and I will continue to share some of my journey, my advice, and, I am not there yet. I just want to let you know. I still have so much to work on, but there are past wins that I have had, and I just want to share that in the beginning of this channel, that, like, you can win. There are times when you can win. Okay, so I'll see you next time.